Ninth degree black belt, Grandmaster Hangung Lee, president and founder of Sangam Taekwondo and the ATA Black Belt Academies, proudly presents The Way of Traditional Taekwondo, Volume 1, White Belt. With over 850 schools and 150,000 members, the American Taekwondo Association is the most prestigious martial arts organization in the world today. This tape is the first in a collection of reference materials covering the complete style of Sangam Taekwondo. It has been designed to reinforce the materials that students learn from their instructors while attending classes. This tape is not a replacement for practice sessions in the classroom. Volume 1 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo was developed for the beginner student. It covers the physical materials practiced at the 9th grade white belt level. To receive the most benefit from this tape, follow this simple plan. First, attend as many classes as possible under the guidance of a certified Sangam Taekwondo instructor. Second, read the Way encyclopedia that corresponds with your rank. Third, watch the tape and practice the materials. This unbeatable combination of instructor, encyclopedia, and videotape will ensure your proper advancement through the ranks of Sangam Taekwondo. As you view the master ceremony, let us discuss the meaning of Sangam and your belt color. Literally translated, Sangam means pine tree and rock. As a student, your advancement in Taekwondo is symbolized as a seedling that grows into a mighty pine tree. The symbolic interpretation of the white belt is pure and without knowledge of Sangam Taekwondo. As with the pine tree, the seed must be planted and nourished to develop strong roots. The color white was chosen for the belt because white often denotes purity. With time and experience, the color of the white belt becomes darker. Eventually, the belt will change to the color of black, denoting the time, experience, and knowledge of the black belt. Devoting time for the study of the many philosophical meanings and symbols behind the art, its roots, and traditions will give you a better understanding of Taekwondo. The Sangam spirit of Taekwondo embodies many of the mental aspects of Taekwondo. The first section recited at the beginning of each class reinforces the positive behaviors and attitudes of students while outside of the class. The second section recited at the end of each class reinforces the positive behaviors and attitudes of students while inside the class. There are many types of body movements in Taekwondo. Understanding these types will enhance your Taekwondo skills, giving you powerful and effective techniques. The first movement is hand rotation. Hand rotation is the twisting motion that the hand makes prior to hitting the target. Twisting the hips. Twisting the hips increases the power of virtually all strikes by using more of your body. The snapping technique. Snapping refers to the way that a technique moves. Thrusting technique. Thrusting refers to the way that a technique moves. The swinging technique is found in both hand and foot movements. This motion is very powerful due to the fact that the entire weight of the limb is behind the power of the technique. The fluid shock wave. The fluid shock wave creates the maximum power transference when delivering a technique. Follow through the target with your strike. Do not retract the strike until all energy is transferred from the striking point into the target. The instant shock appears to bounce off the target. It is the reverse of the fluid shock wave and is designed to deliver a quick blast of energy to a bony surface such as the cheekbone or mouth area. Reaction force. As the technique pushes towards the target, the opposite hand retracts rapidly, pushing the strike towards the target at a faster rate and with increased power. Hand-foot timing. To use this movement, you must step while executing a hand technique. The technique should make contact with the target at the precise time that the foot touches the ground. This movement places all forward momentum into the target. Chamber and rechamber. The chamber-rechamber is one of the most important body movements in relation to power. The chamber is considered the starting point of the technique, while the rechamber is considered the end of the technique. Pivot. The pivot allows the foot of the base leg to turn before or during the course of a kick. A proper pivot allows for better balance, increased power, and height of the kick. Pivoting greatly reduces the stress placed upon the knee joint. Kiap. The kiap is considered an internal type of movement. The kiap originates from deep in the stomach, specifically from the diaphragm, and pushes outward to make a loud yell. In this section, we will demonstrate the 4 stances for the white belt level. Stances are techniques and must be practiced as any other technique in Taekwondo. The primary purpose of a stance is to allow students a balanced position from which to execute controlled techniques using various body movements. Stances also achieve 2 types of conditioning, muscle development and stretching. The following stances are the stances required for beginning Taekwondo students. The attention stance. Position your feet parallel to each other with the inside of your heels and toes touching. Stand straight with your arms to your sides while looking straight ahead. This stance is part of the Chariot position. The parallel stance. Prepare for the parallel stance by standing with your feet parallel to each other, approximately 1 shoulder width apart. This stance is part of the Chunbi or ready position. Front stance. The front stance is designed for forward and backward movement. The feet position of a front stance can be measured by moving the left foot approximately 1 shoulder width from the right and 3 foot lengths forward while maintaining the shoulder width. Both feet will point forward. Lock the rear knee and bend the front knee to a 90-degree angle between the shin and instep. Hips and shoulders should face forward with body weight distributed evenly on both feet. Middle stance. The middle stance is designed for side-to-side movement. Your feet should be approximately 2 shoulder widths apart while bending your knees to a 90-degree angle. Press your knees outwards and hips forwards so your back is not arched. The feet will point forward with your weight distributed evenly. Natural ready position. The natural ready position combines a stance with an arm position. Begin in an attention stance, making a fist with palm up. Cross your hands as you step out with the left leg. Move the left foot one shoulder width from the right while moving both fists to your sides with the palms facing inwards. This position is used at the beginning of a form when the command chumbi is given, and at the end of a form when the command baro is given. For more detailed information regarding stances, refer to Volume 1 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo Encyclopedia. Basics is a term used in Sangam Taekwondo to represent hand techniques. Basic techniques are categorized as either strikes or blocks. To develop efficient basic techniques, you should pay close attention to the components of each movement. The components are the chamber position, the direction, hand rotation, ending position, and the rechamber. The chamber position, the point at where the hand begins, the direction the technique will travel, hand rotation, the rotation of the hand prior to striking the target, ending position, the position of the technique when it meets the target, and the rechamber, the point to where the hand is rechambered. The Taekwondo fist is shaped to prepare it for extreme amounts of pressure to the small and fragile bone structures of the hand. This shape allows you to strike with the proper knuckles and support necessary for a strong and safe punch. Curl your fingertips inward until your fingernails are touching your palm. Clench your fist tightly while placing your thumb across the middle of your fingers. Press tightly with your thumb, creating a solid fist. The punch. The punch is usually the first striking technique taught in most Taekwondo schools and probably the technique used the most throughout your training. High block. The high block is used to deflect techniques that are directed straight to the face or downwards towards the head. The low block is designed for techniques to the middle and lower sections of the body. This technique utilizes a sweeping motion and blocks with the outside part of the arm, known as the outer forearm. The inner forearm block. The inner forearm block is used for blocking offensive techniques to the face or upper midsection. The knife hand strike. This technique is often referred to as a karate chop. The strike is executed with a relatively flat hand with the tip of the fingers bent slightly to tighten the hand. The striking point is the muscled portion of the outside edge of your palm. The front kick and side kick are the two basic kicks for a white belt. These kicks develop the foundation for most other kicks that will be learned at the higher ranks. To develop efficient kicking techniques, you should pay close attention to the components of each movement. The components are the chamber position, the point at where the kick begins, correct execution, the extension of the kick, the rechamber position, the returning of the kick to the chambered position, and the return, placing the kicking foot back onto the ground. The kick's numbering system. The numbering system was developed to help understand which foot to kick with and the proper step-kick combination of the kick. In order to follow the forms and one-step sparring combinations on this tape, you must understand the numbering system. Here are the 4 types of kicks. The number 1 kick is kicking with the front leg. The number 2 kick is kicking with the back leg. The number 3 kick, moving the back leg and kicking with the front leg. And the number 4 kick, moving the front leg and kicking with the back leg. The front kick is used to strike the low, middle, or high section of an opponent. There are 3 striking areas to the front kick: the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot, and the instep of the foot. For most, the side kick is the most powerful of the Taekwondo kicks. The striking area of the side kick is the heel of the foot. The side kick obtains its name as a result of the direction from which it extends from the practitioner's body. It is a thrusting motion that utilizes speed, thrust, and hip rotation to create its incredible power. The stretch kick is used primarily for stretching and conditioning. Start out slowly with this kick, as throwing the leg beyond its stretching potential can cause serious damage to the hamstring muscles in the back of the leg. For more detailed information regarding each kick, consult with your instructor and Volume 1 of the Way of Traditional Taekwondo Encyclopedia. A form is a planned series of movements combining the physical skills of blocking, striking, and kicking. Your target while executing the form is that of an imaginary opponent of your own size. The Sangam form system has been arranged to gradually increase a student's skills by developing technical balance equally on both left and right sides of the body. In Sangam 1, Phase A is made up of the first 5 movements of the form. Phase B is made up of the next 4 movements that will turn to the west. When the 9 movements are complete, it is just a matter of repeating Phase A and B using the opposite hands and feet. It is best to learn this form under the guidance of a qualified instructor. This tape should be used for reference purposes only. The effort put into perfecting the techniques and pattern of the form will reflect on your training for years to come. 차렷, 견예, 준비, 시작! 바로 슛! One-step sparring is the exchange of semi-arranged sparring combinations between partners in a controlled environment. Once memorized, students can concentrate upon proper distancing, focus, and timing. One-step sparring is considered a bridge between forms and actual sparring. Sparring segments. Sparring segments provide a link between one-step sparring and actual sparring with a partner. Each rank in Sangam Taekwondo has their own set of self-defense techniques. There are 2 self-defense techniques at the white belt level. When practicing self-defense with a partner, you must be aware of the potential injuries that can occur by applying too much stress to weak joints. A misdirected strike to a nerve that lands upon a joint could cause permanent injury to your partner. When preparing to practice the self-defense movements, remember to stand in a relaxed position. There are no stances, and follow-up targets are not specific. You have reached the end of Volume 1, The Way of Traditional Taekwondo. We trust that you have found this tape to be both educational and beneficial towards achieving your Taekwondo goals. Ask your instructor about other available reference tools, such as the Black Belt Curriculum Book and the Way of Traditional Taekwondo encyclopedias. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You have already taken that first step. Now finish the journey you have begun. Achieve your black belt. Remember the words of Grandmaster Lee. Today, impossible. Tomorrow, possible.
Sorry, sir. That's a take.
Grandmaster, whenever you're ready.
Well, now how am I going to get a tight shot on somebody that's not there?
Okay, Master, you can call for a stunt double. We got Mr. Turkey over here now.